First of all, where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Technically, I was born in Oceanside, Nassau County, and we lived there till I was like maybe less than 2 years old. Like, do you want to be an artist or do you want to be a comedian? Like, I'm trying to explain to them the difference between the art and the craft of stand-up comedy. Like, our job as comedians is to make an audience laugh.
Welcome to episode 1 of Origin Stories, where we get to the bottom of where people come from and how they came to be who they are. The first guest is a very special comedian to me.
Oh, that's very prestigious.
Very prestigious. I'm going to tell you why. I took a 12-year hiatus from stand-up, and when I came back to doing stand-up comedy, my first open mic, I met this gentleman, and he was very supportive to me, very funny guy, and he's been doing stand-up for 14 years.
I want to stop telling people that.
And it is my honor to introduce Steve Rocco.
Oh, thank you, buddy. It's so nice to be the first guest. What's the name of this?
Origin Stories.
Oh, Origin. That's what it's called, Origin Stories. Okay, cool. You know, as the Joker says, if I'm going to have an origin story, I prefer to make a multiple choice.
I mean, listen, you know, I kind of had this idea on a whim. I was going out to an open mic with another comic. We drove out to Brooklyn one day. He's all the way from Mastic, so we were in the car for a long time. You know, he doesn't drive, so I picked him up.
I think I know the comic.
Probably
tall.
Do. Yeah, tall
Yeah,
guy.
we know who we're talking
Big
about.
Guy.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of time in the car going all the way out there, driving all the way home, and we had some conversations, and I was like, and something he told me, I was like, damn, this is like a fucking villain origin story. And I was like, you know, if only somebody was recording this, it would have made a good podcast. And then I thought to myself, maybe it will be. So, you know,
you're just going to ask Batman villains to be on the show? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going to try.
People with sketchy backgrounds. And that's why I'm the first one. Like, who's the sketchiest guy I know? But obviously, besides, can we say his name?
Yeah,
Kevin Lanahan. That's, of course, who we're talking about.
Of course.
What 6'7" guy from Mastic does everyone know about? Oh, yeah.
And he'll be on here, too, because I'm kind of upset that we had that whole conversation already.
It wasn't recorded. Yeah.
It wasn't recorded because it was so good. But
and then what they say, once you did it, like, you can't recreate it as well.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
But it'll still be done, nonetheless. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go into there's no rhyme or reason. Like, there is, but there isn't. I wrote down a bunch of questions to make sure that we kind of, if there is a lull in the conversation, we can pick it back up. But I'm going to start off with early childhood.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
First of all, where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Technically, I was born in Oceanside, Nassau County. And we lived there till I was like maybe less than 2 years old. Moved around a lot. We lived in North Babylon, then Deer Park. My family got divorced, so I spent a lot of time, multiple places. My mom had custody of me, you know, and we ended up moving to Farmingville. But my dad lived in Deer Park, so I spent a lot of time bouncing back and forth. Then when I was 13, my father passed away. Then my grandparents, my father's parents, who still lived in Oceanside, they kind of got that joint custody part, like, share, that timeshare. Like, it's weird to consider children timeshares, you know, but whatever, it kind of is. So I spent a lot of time with my grandparents in Oceanside. So, and then, like, my grandfather would take me fishing and whatnot, and I think it was like East Rockaway by Reynolds Channel over there. So I've bounced around a lot of places on Long Island.
Gotcha. Yeah. And what was your childhood like? Did you play sports? Did you have extracurriculars?
No, I did not play sports. I don't know what it is. Gym class was just horrible. It's like we had to play sports. I'm like, this sucks. Like, because I was the kid who always got picked last. But, like, my school was cool. Like we were picking teams. You know what, like, in the movie trope is, like, it's always, like, the fat kid and the nerdy kid last. But, like, when there was, like, 6 kids left, they're just like, just go walk on a team so no one felt left out. I mean, that was actually kind of nice.
That is kind of nice. My school didn't do that.
Yeah. Were you picked last?
I wasn't picked last.
You look like you were okay at sports.
That's the thing. I was okay enough that I never got picked last, but I didn't get picked first either because I wasn't a jock. But I never felt like, oh, fuck, I'm going to be the last one picked either.
They just took a look at me. It was just like, we're not going to pick him.
Right. So what kind of clique did you get involved in, like middle school, high school? Like, who did you fit in with? Were you with like the hip hop kids?
Well,
or?
since I bounced around so much in my youth, I had like a hard time just like making friends. And then like I think it was like 8th grade, I moved to the Satram School District. That's where Farmingville.
Okay.
And then maybe in high school, I started like hanging around like the goth gang.
Gotcha.
Hence, the all black.
I never would have guessed.
Adopted. Yeah, I've since adopted like more like a biker motif, like gothic biker, pirate, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I guess like I just kept it since high school as like almost like an homage to like the first group of people that accepted me, and they think, oh, this guy's actually kind of cool, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of grew up. I fit in with every crowd in a way. Like I had friends that were like jocks. I had friends that were more like preppy. I had friends that were. I was more of like a dirtbag type, where I was like, you know, I don't want to say a wigger, but I was kind of a wigger.
Okay.
But my friends like were, you know, the stoners type of deal. And then I even had friends that were goth because I just kind of got along with everybody. I wasn't like a dick to anybody.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. What year did you graduate?
05.
Okay.
I was actually the first graduating class of Satram East.
So that was a brand new high school?
Brand new high school.
That's interesting because my high school was ancient. Like everything in there was like from the 1960s.
Mm-hmm.
The lockers, the desks.
Yeah, I got the first swirly. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No.
When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh, that's an interesting question. You know, when I was a kid, I was a big nature guy.
Okay.
I loved watching like nature documentaries. My childhood hero was Steve Irwin.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was a big Irwin guy.
Yeah.
And I just loved like nature and animals. So I originally went to school for marine biology. And as you can see how that turned out. I was at 11 years, like I talk about this in my act. I was scuba certified at 11 years old.
Wow, it's pretty young to be scuba certified.
Mm-hmm, yeah, me and my father, we did that. Yeah. My father passed away when I was 13, so I only had like 2 years under my belt. And when he passed, like I never dived or dove? Is it dove?
You would know better than I.
I guess it's scuba dove. Like, that sounds weird to say. I haven't been scuba diving since I was 13, but I still remember everything. Like if I found equipment and like if there was like a boy trapped in a submarine, like I could technically, I would be the only one that was like able to go.
Yeah, between me and you, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
So in college, you know, I took biology classes, and I was like, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah.
So then I followed my other passion, which was art.
Okay.
And got my degree in fine art in Suffolk Community. Then I went to Briarcliff College and branched into graphic design. And those skills I have used in my adult life.
Cool.
Because I was a photo editor for School Pictures for 4 years.
Wow.
At a company in Elmont.
Life Touch or something?
No, it's a company called Irvin Simon.
Okay.
It's like a Life Touch competitor. And my job for 4 years was, you know when you take the group photo with the class?
Right.
Like everyone's like sitting together, like shoulder to shoulder, and there's that little signboard in the front.
Yeah. Like
my job was to get those photos and make sure that like everyone's looking forward.
Right.
Like no one's giving the middle finger. Like that was my job for 4 years. Just making sure that photo was okay for the yearbook.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know how many times like I missed something?
How many?
Not many, but
what would happen? Like a parent would call you or a school would call you?
Well, it would go to like we had like a first check and a second check.
Okay.
And then when the photos came back from the lab, there would be like a final check, and occasionally there would be like we missed something as like a team. You know,
Mm-hmm.
It was like me. I was like the head of the department, and I had like 4 people under me. So it was.
I don't know why it's just striking me
very,
so funny that there's so
this
many
is like
people.
before AI took over everything.
Right.
Like now
wow,
they just
so AI killed that job.
Kind of, yeah. There's just one guy who handles that. Like I went there like maybe like a year ago just to say, hey, what's going on, guys? And it was just one guy still in the department. He just handles the whole group department.
Wow,
it's interesting.
Somebody could be throwing up gang signs and trick the AI.
Well, this was also the heat of the time where like this thing was very popular. Remember that?
Yeah, this.
We had to like. We had to like edit that out.
Yeah,
like,
manually too.
Manually, with Photoshop. Yeah,
it's sick.
If anyone was making like a middle finger, like I don't know if you have to censor this, like I would have to like lob off their middle finger so it just looks like they're making a fist, like they're just angry.
That's funny.
And like the weirdest thing we had to do is like if there was like a kid who was like looking sideways like this, like we would have to find another picture of them where they're looking forward and Photoshop their eyes so everyone is looking forward.
Wow.
There's obviously, if the kid's not looking forward in every picture, you can't.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do.
Yeah, you can't use another kid's eyes.
But that's actually all right. That makes sense. You get like 5 photos
of the class, and you have to like mishmash them together
Yeah.
to get one perfect photo.
All right. So I mean, I guess I could see why it takes so many people.
Mm-hmm.
When you were a kid, what was the first sign that you liked getting attention or making people laugh? Like, what was something you did, like a prank or just something that, or like a joke in class that like made everybody laugh where you're like, oh shit, I like this?
It wasn't really like a class thing. It was just more like my group of friends. Like I would just be pretty witty.
Mm-hmm.
Like in addition to being goth, like most goth people are very big in the gaming.
Okay.
From what I've noticed. And so, like, I was big into gaming when I was a kid. So we would just make jokes about, like, the games we would play. And I was just really good at coming up with shit, like, right on the spot. And probably, like, then, like, high school is when I first noticed it.
And did you listen to any comedy back then or watch any comedy?
Yeah. Early comedy inspirations, Jim Gaffigan.
Okay.
Lewis Black,
Nice.
I liked. My favorite comedian of all time, and this is going to be a... You probably wouldn't know who this is. His name's Jeremy Hotz.
I don't.
He's a Canadian comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He had a Comedy Central Presents back in the day, and I fell in love with the guy. He's like such a character-driven comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Mr. Miserable. Like
Right.
he's such good joke writing. It would be like so cool to perform like alongside him.
Yeah.
But he mainly does the Montreal circuit and the West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's really big at like the
But he's
laugh
still
act.
performing.
He's still performing. He's active, yeah. Not as active back in the day. But yeah, like there's a handful of comedians I really loved. I don't know. Do you know who Jay London is?
That name sounds
All
familiar.
right,
but
Jay
I don't
London
know.
was the comedian who opened up for Louis C.K. in one of his specials. Like I don't know, I forget the name of the special, but like it's like Louis C.K. It opens up with Louis C.K. in the back, like getting ready to go on stage.
That might be
And
why I
there's-
remember the
And
guy's
there's
name.
like this guy on stage with dreadlocks and like he's like reading jokes off paper and he's like in overalls and he's just doing like one-liners. He's like, one of my hobbies is I like to collect dust. No one. You'll never see me again. Like,
Right.
like he's one of my favorites, and
Okay.
I got to work with him a handful of times.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was originally from Queens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think now he lives in L.A. But when
Gotcha.
he came back home, he had like something going on with his family, and while he was in town, like he just hit up a bunch of places, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like one of your biggest fans, and he's probably never heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he one of the nicest guys on the planet.
That's
Jay
cool.
London.
And when you were in high school and you were a fan of these comics, was there part of you that said like maybe I'll do comedy one day, or was it just as a fan back then?
I think it's always like piqued my interest, like how do you get into that?
Right.
You know? Now, interesting origin story. When I first started comedy, I was living in Farmingville. Right around the corner from where I lived, there was a catering hall. It was called the Flaming Hearth. It's no longer there. Maybe like once a month there would be signs like comedy show, this date. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, and like it just kept like piquing my interest. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Then the girl who I was dating with at the time decided to like cut things off with me. So I just needed something to like occupy my mind. So I called the number. It's like hey, like how do you get involved with performing on this show? And then he got me in touch with the booker. It was Mike Dillon. Do you know Mike Dillon from Gateway Comedy?
Yes.
All right, and
I don't know him, but I know who he
yeah.
is.
So in like 2012, like the summer of 2012, I got in contact with him. He gave me the rundown. It was a bringer show.
Okay.
So he's like, just I can give you like 6 minutes of stage time. All you gotta do is bring 6 people. I'm like, all right, that shouldn't be a problem.
So you didn't start with open mics. You went straight to a bringer show?
I didn't even know about open mics back
Holy
then. Yeah,
shit.
man, no.
So how did you prepare a 6-minute set?
I just wrote jokes. Thought I did what I thought was funny, and I bombed horribly.
Okay.
the first time on stage ever in front
Do
of.
you remember any of the jokes that you did that night?
No, there was a character. I made a character. Early on, I was a train conductor.
Okay.
I was the conductor of the Bipolar Express, and I would just be like completely manic on stage. It was kind of an exaggeration of like I don't mean to like looking back at it, it's a little insensitive, but like I was going through some shit at the time,
Right.
so I was just completely not in a good state. So like I was just trying to be this unhinged character, and I just realized like, wow, this isn't working.
Right.
And eventually, like I would talk to comics off stage, and they realize like, oh, he's actually not a crazy person. It's just a character.
Yeah.
Steve's actually kind of a nice guy, and let's actually help him. And people gave me advice, and I followed it.
Yeah. So how did you end up evolving from there? Like did one of the comics tell you about
one of the comics
open mics?
told me this: just be yourself. Like I was doing like the classic blazer look and everything like that in the beginning. Then I realized like this really isn't me, because like I'm more like this, like gothic, off stage with my friends. So I'm like, well, why don't I just incorporate that into my act? So I went up there with like the trench coat, and I didn't have the fingerless gloves yet. I didn't wear those on stage, and I had like a backwards Kangol hat, and like that's like how it would dress like off stage. But then like I started getting people going like, oh, you're trying to be Sam Kinison, and I'm like, and like I wasn't that big of a comedy nerd back then.
Right.
Like I didn't even know who Sam Kinison was. Then like I looked at him like, oh, I can see the comparison.
Right.
So, but like I'm not gonna stop being who I am. Like this is like how
I'm surprised
I
in like 2012 or whenever this was, people were still making that comparison.
Well, you have to remember, like there was people like on the show who have been doing it for like 20 years too, like the headliners, and like people have been doing it for like 10 years.
Gotcha.
They would make those comments too, but then they realized like my actual act, because I guess like I wasn't completely goth then. I was just really just doing like black coat,
right,
and just like wearing all black. But then I eventually adopted the gloves. I started wearing eyeliner. Then it became like my own thing. And then I think what really, like, I guess my breakout in the scene is like when I started doing a lot of jokes about death. I became like the death comic.
Right.
And like that became some my strongest material. And I became known for being like the death comic.
Gotcha.
Like people would just like start calling me the Grim Reaper backstage. Right. And it just like that's just off to the races, I guess, after that,
Gotcha.
I remember one year I did the Long Island Laugh Off. Okay. And you get like 6 minutes in the opening round, and I just did 6 minutes of death, and I went through. Like it was one of my proudest achievements, I must say. I never made it to the finals, but I got at least past the first round.
Were you always? I mean, I guess because you got into goth stuff in like high school,
yeah.
So that kind of drew your curiosity. Was there anything in high school that's like a defining moment? Like, did you ever get into some big trouble, or like, did anything big happen, like a fight, or?
Nothing involving me, but like a couple of my friends got in trouble. Like a couple of my friends, like they they tackled a kid in the hallway. They brought me in for questioning because I was friends with them. Right. I'm like I wasn't there. Yeah. So like they asked me about like like what are they like? I'm like, no, like this is like a completely freak thing. I didn't even know they had beef with this kid. Yeah. I was a pretty well behaved kid, all things considered.
So no, you didn't get into any big trouble?
No, I didn't. I didn't smoke pot or anything like that back then.
All right, what was the most embarrassing attempt to try to impress somebody you were attracted to? That could be like teenage, early adult years.
This is definitely in adult years. Maybe like I'll say 4 years in the comedy. Right, I met this girl on. I forget what dating site it was. Gorgeous woman, half black. Like, I think her name was Paige, and she was like super.
Hi, Paige.
Yeah, she's now happily married with children since then. As you see, it didn't work out. She was like, "Oh, it's so cool that you do comedy," and like early in like when you're getting some notoriety in comedy, early on, you do hit this like little stage of delusion.
Okay.
So like in the back of my head, I thought it was like kind of like a bigger deal than I was.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, why don't you come down to this restaurant show that I'm doing in, I think it was Mount Sinai. It was a Butera show.
Okay.
And I just remember eating my dick.
Oh no.
Because I had to follow Tim Thompson.
Okay.
You know Tim Thompson?
I know him. Yeah.
He's one of the funniest guys on Long Island. Been around for many, many years. I consider him a very good friend of mine, and very, very funny. They blew the roof off the place, and I just could not follow him.
Oof.
It was just, and then like I just in the back, I just see Paige talking to like other people. She just like completely lost interest. I'm like, motherfucker, man, you know. Like, and
that sucks.
Yeah,
that's got to be the worst.
And this was like maybe at the cusp of me being in relatively good shape. Like now, I have no chance. Like she wouldn't even swipe right on me at all.
So, all right, I could see that being embarrassing, and that kind of like. First of all, does anybody in your family come to see you perform ever, or have they at least
early on? They did. Then there was maybe like an 8-year period where like they just kind of like didn't really care anymore. But then when I hit 30 years old, I did a 30th birthday roast. And my family came, and
they got to hear a lot of jokes.
But for the most part, it was all in good spirits.
Okay, because a lot of roasts get pretty brutal.
Yeah, but it was all in good spirits.
Okay.
But if I can reiterate, I actually had Tim Thompson host that.
Wow. Tim Thompson's involved in a lot of these.
Yeah. Me and him have a little bit of a history. Like we'll talk about it a little later, but let's stay on the roast.
Am I going to hear you guys are Eskimo brothers or something?
There was a female comic. I'm not going to mention her name. You know, like when you really like someone, like you're almost like infatuated. Like,
oh yeah.
I really, really like this girl, like a lot.
Like, did you write poetry about her and stuff?
No, not poetry. No, but I really, really liked her, right?
Okay.
And we were friends, but I had feelings, like friend zone bullshit.
Okay.
She was also on the panel, right?
Okay.
She was a comic.
Okay.
So she's the comic on right before me.
Right.
And she's shit-faced drunk.
Okay.
And she just starts like going like doing some jokes, and then she gets to me. She's like, you know what? I'm a bit of a slut. I've sucked a lot of dick, and I'm telling you, I'm saving Steve's dick for last because I'm gonna marry Steve.
Wow.
Because like I guess it kind of fell out that she maybe had some feelings for me too.
Okay.
Whatever. And so she gets off stage, right? And I go to the podium. I'm starting to make fun of everyone. Then I start making fun of her. She gets up and she kisses me.
Whoa.
It's just like she grabs my face and kisses me.
Wow.
And there's actually a photo of this, like of her grabbing me and kissing me, and Tim's like this, like like that.
Oh
like,
my
God.
God.
I was expecting that. Now I'm furious because a girl who I was dating recently broke up with, but I'm still trying to make it work, is in the audience too. I'm not going to mention her name, but like we were.
Wait, but
here's
right,
the thing.
go.
So like we broke up, but we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend anymore, but we were still like together-ish. It's just nothing serious,
Yeah.
But I obviously liked her too. Like I wanted to like maybe get back with her if like option A was off the table.
If the comic didn't work out, you still want to have your
exactly
plan B.
Yeah, so it's rude calling her plan B. But anyway,
that is rude.
She kisses me and I'm furious, right? But the whole place erupted.
Yeah.
Like it's the funniest thing, and I'm standing there, I'm like like absorbing what just happened, letting them laugh.
Were you beat red? Like, did your
not
face...
beat red? Like I was just like in my head, it was beat red, but like I was just kind of playing it off like, and I'm like, I probably would have enjoyed that a lot more if you just didn't tell us how many dicks you sucked.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've been in similar situations like that. Like literally not in a comedy show, but where like I was with somebody and then there was somebody else that I liked there, and I just like, I shut down. Like I've had anxiety attacks over that shit where like I walked into a room where I didn't expect a certain person to be there, and I'm like, fuck, like what do I do now? So I know that fucking feeling. And that's even worse though, because you're on stage in front of everybody and like front and center. That's crazy. That was a good question. that led it.
All right, if you want, do you want me to tell you the other story that happened with Tim?
Yeah, tell me the other
so
story.
we're at a Christmas party, and I'm not gonna say whose Christmas party it was. It was a comedian Christmas party.
Okay.
And we're both drinking, drinking heavily. Now Tim starts like getting a little handsy with me.
Okay.
And like I don't like being touched.
Okay.
You know, I purposely dress like a human cactus. Like I don't like being touched. You know, most unapproachable person on the planet. Like, why are you touching me? You know.
Right.
So he starts like touching my face, and it's like really starting to annoy me. And I'm like, dude, like you gotta fucking stop it. Like 8 times I tell him to stop, and I'm like, dude, if you touch me one more time, I'm gonna fucking stab you. I'm not even close to joking. Does it one more time. And I go to stab him. Like I chase him out of the bar with a knife. And like another comic has to separate us.
Maybe we'll get the origin of why Steve doesn't like being touched.
No, it's just like
some people just don't like it.
Yeah, but like no one wants their face being touched.
The face is a little bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Some people, like I've got friends that are like from South America, and they're very touchy-feely people. Like they're always putting their arms around you and like rubbing your shoulders and shit.
I don't mind that. It's just like the face.
All right, so that's not as abnormal.
I have a very touchable face.
No, but some people, like if you like put your hand on their shoulder, especially if they're drunk, they're like, don't fucking touch me, bro.
No,
I'm
not like that. Yeah. No, I would just be like, okay, that's a little weird.
It's a little bit much.
Yeah. Like I'll go for that. Like it's even like with women these days. I'll go for the handshake over the hug.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. And it's like I'll go for the handshake, and they're like, I'm like, oh, what, we're doing this.
Tell me a joke that at the time you wrote it, you were convinced it's brilliant, but then once you've performed it, you were like, oh no, this doesn't work.
Oh, that's a good question. God, I'm gonna have to think about this one for a minute. There's jokes that I love. That I think are really funny, even to this day. That for some reason they just don't work. I still do. Like I'll bring it to the mic. I'm just waiting for this. To, like I gotta reword it. Whether Paw Patrol.
Yeah, I know the show.
There was a whole big thing a couple of years ago. They were trying to get rid of the police dog because it was all like the defund the police thing. Because like the police are like racist or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why you like I don't understand. Dogs can't even see color.
It's a good joke.
It's like it technically should work, but I don't know if it's just too soft or people don't understand that dogs are colorblind.
Yeah,
I don't even know if that's true anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. But you might have to have a joke leading up that explains that dogs are colorblind first, and then like
Yeah, like I don't know. If there's another one.
But it is weird though how sometimes like there's a thing that you think is a throwaway line and then like people erupt with laughter and you're like, oh fuck, like I gotta do something with that. And then there's other shit that you think is so great and people just don't laugh for some reason.
Well, I'm in the process of teaching a comedy class right now out of Southampton, and I'm getting a little pushback with some of these students because they're like, I'm trying to write them, like help them write material. And they're like, well, that's not really like me. That's not who I am. And I'm trying to explain to them that like do you want to be an artist or do you want to be a comedian? Like I'm trying to explain to them the difference between the art and the craft of stand-up comedy. Like our job as comedians is to make an audience laugh.
Right.
Period.
That's why sometimes you have to exaggerate. Like, so I talk about shit on stage sexually that I'm into, and sometimes I'll exaggerate and say things that I'm not really into for the sake of the laugh.
Yeah.
But there's an element of it that's true. Like I am into freaky sexual shit.
We're out of time.
But no, but like I'll say certain punchlines that aren't necessarily factually accurate because I know it's gonna get a laugh.
Exactly.
And it's like I don't have to go explain to everybody, hey guys, you know I don't really like getting peed on, right? Like, you know, like it's a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a joke in my act. I talk about being a school photographer, and I like in addition to doing the photo editing, I did do photos too.
Okay.
And like I'm at a school one time, teacher asked me if I would be interested in doing a private lingerie shoot. I'm like, oh, this is highly inappropriate, Mr. Murphy. Like, and it's just like, I know that joke. That didn't happen. It's a little corny, but it works 100% of the time.
It's funny.
There's sometimes shows where like I'm doing my act and maybe it's not going well, but then I do that joke and the place erupts and I'm just like, oh, it's a Mr. Murphy type of crowd. It's like one of those shows that the audience doesn't want to think.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whatever.
And that's what the Paw Patrol joke is just up here. And
yeah. It's like some people don't understand. Like you gotta just like make it a little simpler for audiences. Like I've learned that the audiences tend to be as an average, as a collective, lower IQ.
Mm-hmm.
That's like not saying that they're all low.
I don't know if it's an IQ thing, but I think they have a lower threshold.
But you have to dumb it down.
Yeah, it's a lower threshold for what's funny. So like when I'm in a movie theater and they show the trailers, 99% of the time when everybody in the movie theater is cracking up, I'm like sitting there like, come on, bro. Like, you guys think this shit's funny? Like, and I've always been like that long before I did comedy. Like, when I was a kid, I was like that. And I think some people just have a lower threshold for what's funny.
You ever been in the movie and then there's a scene that like only you laughed at?
Yeah, all the time. Bro, and it's usually inappropriate. It's usually not something that's meant to be funny.
Yeah. Like I remember the movie Krampus.
Oh, yo, that's a great movie.
Krampus. It's like right when
I watch that every year, Christmas time.
So there's a scene where they're having dinner, and this I forget if it's Kathy Bates or I forget. There's a heavyset woman. She was like complaining about the dinner, and she's like, "Who doesn't have a ham on Christmas? What are you, a Jew?" and I just died laughing at that line.
Yeah.
But like the whole theater was silent, and I'm like, oh fuck you, that was funny.
Yeah. Oh my god. I wish I could remember because I was drinking at this time. But like when me and my friends used to go to movies, we would always like try to yell shit out that would make the theater laugh. Like just and like I said some shit that would get a whole fucking theater laughing, but I could for the life of me not remember. Yeah, well, not always. A lot of times it would be like shut the fuck up, but like sometimes you get a good one. Sometimes you get one where it's a bad movie and like people need the comic relief, you know. But yeah, but me and my friends would be drunk in the movie theater. And
so you were like the George Costanza going, "That's gotta hurt."
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something exactly like that. And I wish I could remember what it was, but something you said before was making me think, and I lost my train of thought. Now it came back because I'd asked you like, does your family come see you perform? Like when they would come, would that make you more nervous, or would there be jokes that you didn't want to say in front of your family?
I have a rule where I don't do jokes that I wouldn't tell in front of my mother.
Bro, so that's something that I think about, like, because most of my act, like, it's not even just my mother, like my family in general, I wouldn't like necessarily want them to hear, but if it's funny, it's like I still feel like I want to say it. So it's like I kind of do struggle with that. Like I'm like my family knows I do comedy, and they're like, "Oh, when are you performing?" I'm like, "Never that you're gonna see." Like I don't want any of you coming.
If you got people that want to come see you, though, like you got to make sure it's a good show. You don't want it to bring.
Well, that's the other thing too.
You don't want it to bring them to like the show where you're only doing 6 minutes and you're like 13th on the lineup.
Right, and that's where I'm at right now. And not only that, it's like, even if all my stuff was completely clean, I just wouldn't want them to come at this stage. And I feel like by the time I have enough material, I could probably edit a lot of shit out and just not say it if I know they're there and still have a good set.
Right.
So that's kind of like where I was going with that. Another thing before we wrap up, I want to give you a chance to plug anything you got coming up that you're doing. I know you have a project you're working on. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Oh, yes. Late November, I believe it's November 29th, the last Sunday of November, me and my friend Travis Grant are going to be recording our respective 45, 30. I don't want to call it a special. For me, it's more like a body of work.
Okay.
We're going to be recording longer sets at the theater in Lindenhurst, Studio Theater of Long Island in Lindenhurst, November 29th.
Okay, and so if you want tickets for that, are they for sale yet?
They are currently available right now on Eventbrite.
Okay.
I haven't been advertising it yet because I think it's a little too early. We're still in July, for fuck's sakes. So, but it's gonna happen. The theater holds around like a little bit over 100 people. Between the two of us, we should be able to pack it out.
Excellent. So we're going to put the link to Steve's Instagram and other social media in the description. We'll put the link to the Eventbrite in there. If you want to check it out, definitely do so. Anything else going on you want to plug? Any shows coming up or anything else?
August 22nd, I will be at Sticks and Stones Comedy Club in Southampton, opening up for Olga Namer. Which will
she's
be fun.
Fucking hilarious.
And I haven't worked with her in a long time since I don't work Governors anymore.
Yeah.
And like when I saw she was coming to Southampton, I was just like, oh, like, and I'm really friendly with the booker there. I'm like, do you mind if I get a chance to work with Olga? And she's like, yeah, no problem. So I'm on that one. Yeah. And then shortly after that, August 25th will be the graduation show for my class at Sticks and Stones Comedy Club in Southampton.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to put the links to all that in the description. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Olga's hilarious. I saw her at, I forgot who she even opened for. I went to go see a show at Governor's, and she opened, and I hadn't knew who she was at the time, and I thought she was, honestly, I remember her more than whoever headlined, so, I mean, I thought she was great. All right, so I'm going to, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, go check out Steve's Instagram. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode. I have the funniest comics on Long Island and New York City coming on this podcast in the future. I've booked some amazing people to do this show. So make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button, and you check us out next time. Thanks again for watching.
Well, thank you very much for having me, dude. Thank you, guys.
Sick.